Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hey, 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 hi, 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 hello, hello, and hello. Welcome back. Welcome back. I'm so excited that you are here with me today for another episode, our 9th episode here on Facebook. What's up, Facebook peeps? Hey there, LinkedIn. What's good? Hi, YouTubers. Hello, Insta fam. Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me today in the Resuscitation Room, your weekly dose of business vitality. This is, as you know, your sanctuary where we are breathing new life into businesses and legacies that are on the brink, right? Going from flatline to frontline. It is in this room that dreams get a second chance, not just to survive, but to thrive. To thrive. I am so excited. I got so much. Okay, let me slow it down. Let me pump my brakes. Okay, we're gonna get to it. But listen, y'all already know what to do. Those of you who have been rocking with me for a minute, what are you sipping on today? I am sipping on my tea. I got my fresh, organic Moroccan mint green tea. You know I'm a Trader Joe's fan, right? I love me some Trader Joe's. I told y'all so many times about this tea. Have y'all tried it yet? Listen, whatever it is you're sipping on, your coffee, your hot beverage, your cold beverage, whatever it is, go ahead and grab that right now. Get hydrated. Listen, I'll keep my hydro flask right here, okay? This thing right here, I drink like 3 of these a day, okay? I am getting my water intake in for sure and hope you're doing the same. But grab your favorite beverage, your breakfast beverage, so that we can really get into it. Like, I want you to pull up a seat, get cozy on the couch, sit in the chair, come close to me. Let's feel each other's energy and let's go ahead and get ready for this conversation today. Okay, this series, as you know, is your front row seat for turning critical conditions into unparalleled successes. Listen, we are peeling back the layers, are we not? Every single week. If you've been following this live stream series, you know we are peeling back the layers and going deeper and deeper and deeper. Peeling back the layers to the conventional success narratives, right? Peeling back the layers so that we are getting to that heart-pumping, soul-stirring truth beneath it all. Grab onto the lifeline, sis. Grab on, okay? And let's go on this journey together. I want to make sure that we are getting to the underlying issues that we need to get to, as I am going to be continuing to empower you to revive your empire and to elevate your life. So again, welcome. And be sure to hashtag live when you arrive. And if you happen to be catching this episode on the replay, hashtag replay, okay? If you're watching this at a later date. If you've been rocking with me for a minute, like a long minute, please do hashtag true and let me know that you're true to me. You're one of my OGers, okay? Are you true to me? Are you right here with me? Are we right here? And if you are new to me, let me know if you're a newbie. Welcome and welcome back, okay? Type in the word new or newbie if you're just now tuning in for the first time and you've not been in here before, or you've not been introduced to me before. This is the first time you've shown up live. I want to thank you for being here. Let me know where it is you're tuning in from. I would love to know where you're tuning in from, because we've got people from all over the globe who tunes in, and I appreciate that so much. I know everybody's a little bit of everywhere. And I want you to also share this broadcast out to your biz besties and your entrepreneur entourage, okay? In case we have not yet met, hello there. Hey, hey again. My name is Katrina Marie, also known as the Boss Chick Biz Coach and your fearless leader. I am a holistic business coach and an RN health and wellness educator, and I teach successful career women and high-achieving women entrepreneurs just like you how to build an aligned and profitable brand and business. Did I say that right? Yeah. Online profitable brand and business, that is right, without sacrificing your soul and sanity or compromising your health and happiness, okay? Like, that is a whole bar, seriously, right? It's so needed. Not only am I well qualified to do this work, but I am uniquely positioned because of my own healing journey, which I have been on for quite some time, took a self-care sabbatical back in 2020. I talk about the dreaded D's I went through and how life just kind of hit me below the belt and back to back back in 2020. And that led me on my official, as I call it, like healing journey or self-care sabbatical. But I've been on a healing journey for a very long time for a number of reasons. And so I break all that down in the kickoff series, the kickoff show of this live stream series. If you've not checked it out, please go back and check that out. And it'll give you a real good deeper perspective of why we're doing all of this and where I'm coming from and how this all came about. Okay. But also because of my experience, right? My very long career in corporate America, dare I say 30 long years. Yes. Over 2 decades as a nurse and in a variety of healthcare settings in the healthcare industry, obviously as a clinician, have a pretty, well-versed background for sure. But also, I've been in the coaching and consulting space for over a decade, and I own and I have been operating my own business in the online space for over 8 years now, since 2016. Okay, so trust me when I tell you, I know up close and personally, seriously, firsthand experience is what I have when it comes to understanding what it is like to be burnt out at the bedside as a nurse, to be battling in the boardroom as a leader, right? In the corporate space, especially when you're one of a kind. And when I mean one of a kind or say one of a kind, I mean somebody who looks like me, who has brown skin, right? Our black and brown girls, you know what I mean? And you're climbing up that ladder. The higher up the ladder you climb, the worse it sometimes gets, right? So you might have that understanding if you've been there, if you're in that position as well, to know exactly what I mean when you are of the minority in a majority of your white counterparts, right? And if it's a male dominated space or even white women in the workplace, I mean, if you are one of a kind in that space, you know exactly where I'm coming from. So battling in the boardrooms is a real thing, right? Because it's a lot of ego trip, right? A power trip, right? A lot of egos in the room and a lot of power, big power trip, I guess I would say. And I also know what it's like to be busy and bogged down as a businesswoman, right? As an entrepreneur, as a business owner, as a leader, and fortunately, I also know what it is like to take care of a lot of patients, namely women of color, women over 40, women in the LGBTQ plus community who really end up in the hospital oftentimes because they have experienced a significant amount of stress and a significant amount of burnout. And that is really, it's not just a real thing. And I try to find, I want to find even a deeper way to express that because I've seen so much of it, but it's heartbreaking. It's devastating, when that happens. And the health issues, the headaches, the heartaches that oftentimes you are experiencing, that we as women are experiencing when we go through that, are typically symptoms of the excessive hard work and the hustle, right? As well as working in hostile work environments, toxic jobs for way too long, fighting to stay in those jobs. In fact, I'll be talking about that today on my YouTube channel. So if you've not subscribed to my YouTube channel, head over there. I've got a lot more conversation, and I go a lot deeper in some of the discussions around this. But all of that to say, like, that is so disruptive to your home life, and it's all consuming, and it burns us the hell out, right? It stresses us out, like really bad. And if you are in a home environment that's also hostile or stressful, then that just compounds the issues, right? So these women that I work with have unique challenges. You have unique challenges, right? Because of your drive and because of your strive. And in the relentless pursuit of your dreams, and despite your academic and professional successes and achievements, you might find that your businesses and your personal lives or your personal well-being even is in a state of distress. And yes, it is true that many of you have had thriving careers, and to some degree, you have secured your future. Maybe you really secured your future. You've gotten it tightened down, and that is a beautiful thing, but at a significant personal cost, right? Oftentimes is the truth. Your relationships might be strained and faltered. Your health might be in decline, right? Your relationships, friendships might be demised. Your once vibrant dreams are dimming under the weight of your sacrifices. So when I really and truly know what this feels like, because once upon a time, I was you. I was right where you are right now today. And I want you to know that I truly get you. I do. And that is why I am uniquely positioned to talk about these matters and to do this kind of work, and why I'm so passionate about it, and why I have been doing this work for a very long time. And it is also why I've created my proprietary system, the Legacy Ladder Framework, which is designed to revive your business and renew your life, which is what I'm coining, by the way, as the AED and CPR of entrepreneurship that you didn't even know you needed. It is a lifesaver, and you're welcome. And you're welcome. All right. So why am I doing this live stream series? Well, I like to talk about this because it's so important. It's because women are tired as hell, right? We are exhausted from juggling the demanding corporate careers and the roles that we have within corporate America. And, where the high salaries come with even higher expectations, unrealistic demands, and it is very difficult to be the primary breadwinners in your families, shouldering the responsibilities of your household, right? It is very difficult being possibly the caretaker or the primary caregiver of aging parents, or supporting your adult children who may have had to come back home, or even if they live on their own and independent, maybe they're going through some sort of crisis right now that you've got to be the one, to be there. You know what I'm saying? And so feeling the added pressure of running a business only amplifies those challenges, right? And so all you want is a life of peace, pleasure, power, and profits. That's all you wish for. That's all you want to claim at this big old age, right? All you want is to satisfy your craving for life and balance. And I don't even so much believe in balance as much as I believe in blending and integrating, because I've never been a master at balancing. Okay. That's a whole nother live stream show. In fact, I did a live stream show not long ago about balancing and the truth about balancing, right? I talk a lot about blending and integrating versus balancing, but for the sake of, you understanding what it is when we talk about balance in life, and that's a more familiar word and what people often relate to. Listen, you're craving a life of balance where success does not come at the expense of your health, your healing, and your happiness, right? And all you want is to make a significant impact and to create a lasting legacy and leave a lasting legacy behind, and also one that you can live in right now while you're here. That is a part of the life that you're praying for, hoping for, wishing for, because you want to thrive in this lifetime, not just leave it behind for the other people to enjoy after you've busted your butt doing the work, right? And all while maintaining your well-being and your inner peace. And so, considering how much you've done, how hard you've worked, all of the things you've done up until this point, that doesn't seem like too much to ask for, does it? So why does it seem like we are begging, pleading for a life that we damn well deserve, right? And if that's where you are right now, if that is what describes you, you definitely want to stay tuned for this live stream. And if you can't catch the full live right now in real time, definitely come back and catch the replay, because this will be a conversation that is needed to be had. Okay. Since we are still in the month of July, by the way, I am in the spirit still, and in the spirit of independence and freedom, honey. Freedom is the word of intention. Freedom is the word I am using all year long. Freedom, honey. Freedom. Cut the shackles off, cut the golden handcuffs off. Listen, freedom to do what we want, to say what we want, to be who we truly are, to live holistically well, to live a harmonious life. Freedom. right? Freedom from the strive towards success, freedom from always feeling the pressure of Black excellence. Freedom is the word. And we are celebrating that word, okay? And while we are living, thank you, God, in America and under a democracy versus a dictatorship at this time, as long as we don't get you know who back in office, it will stay that way, okay? I'm not here to talk politics, and I'm not here to convince you one way or the other, persuade you one way or the other who you should vote for. But I can tell you I'm not voting for the orange guy, okay? Kamala Harris all day long. She deserves that seat. She just does. That is my personal opinion, and that is I'm gonna let y'all know that's who I'm voting for. Okay? If you want a democracy, I suggest that's who you. Okay, I'm gonna stop right there because I said I wasn't gonna talk politics. But just do your homework. How about that? And vote for not necessarily just the person, but the issues that they represent, right? The belief system that they have. And just listen to what is being said. And I don't mean on social media. I'm talking about do your homework for real, for real. Listen to the credible sources. Go to each individual's website. You know, they each have websites. Okay, so go to their pages. Read Project 2025. Okay, that is scary as hell. That right there should be enough to convince you to go the other direction. You know what I'm saying? So anyhow, do your due diligence, do yourself and your family a favor, your legacy a favor, okay? And make sure you are reading up on, doing your homework on, researching, asking questions directly to the source, you know, finding out directly from the source exactly how to get your questions answered so that you know exactly why you should vote for one particular party or person. That's all I'm saying. Okay. But that all said, and that aside, okay, because I digress, I went a little bit on a tangent there. My point is, we have the right to say no. We have the right to say no. And you know what? We can stand firmly on that no without an explanation to follow. But that takes courage to do. It also takes knowing what healthy boundaries actually look like, right? Listen, ladies, right now, with the strong potential of Vice President Kamala Harris to win this upcoming election, this will be the first woman president of color in the history of our country. There is no better time than right now to feel empowered and to be inspired. And that includes your right to say no. And that includes your right to setting healthy boundaries. So let's get into the topic of discussion today. We are talking about no is the complete sentence, setting healthy boundaries in business and in life. That is the title of this live stream. Whew. Listen, setting healthy boundaries can be critical for your personal and your professional success because boundaries can help you protect your time, your energy, your well-being, your peace. Boundaries can also improve communication. It can reduce stress, right? Burnout. It can build better relationships, and it can help you maintain back that up, life-work balance. Life-work balance. You notice I emphasize the word life. Do you notice I said the word life first before work? That is because work is only a carve out of life. It is only a portion of what we should be doing. We might not be killing ourselves to secure the bag or get to the dream. Life first, then the business. Life first, then the career. Life. You understand? Life work balance is how it should be. Some of us learned the hard way. I was one of those people. But also, having the confidence is going to be necessary, right? To say no. Having the confidence. And part of the reason why it is important to set boundaries is because it also can boost your confidence and self-esteem, especially if you are someone who has the tendency to be a people pleaser, right? And if you have an extremely hard time saying no, because practicing saying no is simply, and let me say this, because the word no, when I said simply, that just kind of triggered a thought. The word no is simple, right? Sounds simple. Two letters, N-O, no. And yet we have a hard time doing it, especially if you are a people pleaser. But those words, that word, those two letters in that word is simple but powerful. Simple but powerful, right? Especially when we can say it out loud. No, right? And it shows others that you value your rights and that you deserve respect. But you know what? Sometimes you have to demand it, or people will treat you like a doormat and walk all over you. And you know something else? It's not okay for you to be okay with that. It is not okay for you to be okay with that. Okay. Now, I personally have never been a people pleaser per se, but when I was much younger, okay, I did sometimes have a hard time saying no, depending on the circumstance. I did have a hard time sometimes saying no to certain people and in certain situations. For example, in the workplace, especially when I was younger and more green, and I didn't know as much as I know now, right? I had more of a difficult time than saying no in certain instances, and in my relationships as well. In part, that is because of my upbringing, because my mother was, and still is the most generous person, the most generous human being, the most generous mother I have ever known in this lifetime. I kid you not. I'm not saying that just because she's my mother. I'm not being biased at all. My mother is honestly, genuinely the most generous human being I have ever known. And I know a lot of people. I have met and interacted with a lot of people in this lifetime. She is by far the most generous. And her heart does not allow her to say no. Almost like never. Like, it's, if she says no, she'll probably retract it. I love you, mommy. You know it's true. I know you're not even going to necessarily watch this, but if somebody else is on social and they show it to you, I just want you to know I'm saying this. You know I'm saying this. I'm telling the truth, and it's all love, right? You are a giver. You are just so much of a giver. God bless you. And truly, I know how much this brings my mother so much joy and lights up her entire soul, is when she can give. Like, that is her whole mission in life, is how much she can give to others. So much so that she neglects her own needs. I mean, she does some things for herself, and she's definitely treated well by those of us who love and care about her a lot and respect her and the people that she comes in contact with. But I'm just saying, like, she gives so much of herself that she doesn't give to herself as much as she should. And so over the years, I have fortunately witnessed how abundantly blessed my mother has been because of her genuine kindness. And unfortunately, I have also witnessed people taking her kindness for weakness. And I have never liked the way that made me feel. Okay. But my mother is a very forgiving person. And because of that, she can tolerate a particular kind of person and a particular kind of people much more so than I can. I'm just not that chick. I do forgive. I have learned over the years how important it is to forgive. That has always been a part of my healing process. It has been a part of how I reclaim my power and all of that. I know the power of forgiveness, but I'm just cut a different way. I'm just, certain people, I'm not that chick that's going to let you take advantage of me at all. But I used to be, to an extent, unfortunately. But because I saw some of that like yes mentality within myself as I was growing up, and I didn't like the way that made me feel, right? When people treated me that way. So I had to learn how and when to turn it on and how and when to turn it off. So if you are someone who has the habit of saying yes most of the time, then it is quite common for you to have feelings of guilt and fear when you start saying no most of the time, or when you need to say no, right? There's a time and place to say yes. There's a time and place to say no. In this big old age, in my 50s, honey, I am definitely saying more no's than yeses if it does not serve me well and it does not belong in my space, no matter who or what. And, I just know how difficult. I mean, I'm just thinking about like real life examples and times where I'd been challenged myself to say no. So I want to talk about a little bit about the psychology of that. Okay. Now, I don't have time to go deep into psychology as to why, but I can offer a few reasons to put things into perspective for you. I can do that. Okay. One of the reasons and one of your biggest challenges right now is that it's a learned response from childhood. We learn it early in our life. So associating the word no with feelings of being denied or rejected versus having approval or being accepted can position you as an adult to have negative experiences around the word no. That's one reason. Okay, that's one reason. Also, if you are a non-confrontational person, if you are a person who does not like conflict or you are conflict avoidance, right? Conflict avoidant, then you're going to do everything, just about anything, to appease to other individuals, even at the expense of your own happiness, even at your own detriment. You're going to have a difficult time saying no because you don't want the conflict, right? You don't want no confrontation. You don't want no problem. You don't want people looking at you sideways and feeling away. But also fear of disappointing others. So like if relationships are important to you, right? And by relationships, I mean family relationships, friendships, intimate relationships, partnerships, right? Your significant other, business relationships, any of that, professional relationships, co-worker, people in the workplace, if you're close to some people, you may worry what others might think about you and what they might feel if you say no. Will they be angry? Did they get their feelings hurt? Will they resent you for it? Are they, or are you rather prioritizing and nurturing the relationship as the other person might expect you to be? Will they understand that you said no and why? Will you need to explain yourself to death? Because, some people need to question your why, your reason for saying no. So if any of this describes you, then your homework this week, oh, you didn't know you was going to do no homework, huh? You have homework. I'm going to assign you a small assignment. It might feel like a big assignment, but your homework is to overcome these emotions. Your homework is to empower yourself and practice the word no. I want you to practice saying no. Practice saying no. I'm going to give you a few different ways of how that can sound. What does that sound like? Just outright tell people no? Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Tell people no. So it can sound as simple as that. No, no. Sit with that. I know that's uncomfortable. Sit with it. Say it. No. Let other people be uncomfortable in your silence. No, thank you. I appreciate you asking, but not this time. Mm, yeah, I'm going to have to pass, but maybe next time. You know what? I'm really not feeling up to it. No. I can't. I just don't want to overcommit or burn myself out. Actually, today is my self-care day. So I'm going to be taking time for just me. No, I have a lot on my plate right now, girl. I have a lot to do. Oh, no, girl. I hear you. Go ahead and knock yourself out, enjoy yourself, but nah. I really would love to, but I just can't today. I'm going to have to take a hard pass this go round. No, but thanks for thinking of me. Isn't that easy? Does that sound disrespectful? Does that sound hard to do? How does that make you feel when you hear me say it, right? You're someone on the outside now looking in towards me, right? You're hearing me say what you have had a difficult time saying. How does that feel? Where are my people pleasers at? Drop me people pleaser in the comments. Let me know, how did that feel? Just going through that brief exercise. That's all I want you to practice, is just different ways of saying no. And as you can hear in the examples I just gave, there are quite a few ways, lots of respectful ways to say no, right? And in a way that feels good and honors your boundaries and preserves your energy and keeps you in a safe space and protects your time. And this is so important for maintaining overall well-being. Okay. But it's also important that we have practical strategies for setting boundaries, right? So let's break that down. So I'm going to introduce to you some practical tips for setting and communicating boundaries in both your personal and professional life. But I want to give you fair warning. Okay. And I want to give you a heavy dose of truth. Some people they're going to act very poorly to your boundaries. They are going to be all up in their feelings. And I need you to be prepared for that. When this happens, the deal is this: you cannot absorb their negative energy into your spirit. You need to create a positive and safe space. So you cannot absorb their negative energy into your positive, safe environment. People tend to get cynical when they are used to getting their way and when someone else's boundaries no longer benefit their agenda. Hello there. When someone else's boundaries no longer benefit their agenda. And you know something? That is not your burden to bear. Okay. I need you to be unapologetic about your no. Because you don't owe anybody a yes when it's convenient for them if it's not convenient for you. I'm going to say that one more again. Okay. I hope you're writing this down and taking notes. You don't owe anybody a yes when it's convenient for them if it's not convenient for you. No is no is no, period. Okay? I need you to hear me on that and feel me on that. You're going to get pushback. And sometimes that pushback comes from the people that you least expect it to come from. Sometimes it be your own family and your own friends. And oftentimes they can be the worst. Loved ones can be the worst. When you do get pushback from your loved ones, when you do get pushback from the people who call themselves your friend, when you get pushback from your colleagues or your coworkers or your professional acquaintances or your business partners or your significant other or whomever, I need you to be firm and stand your ground. Because if you start making exceptions, they are never going to take you seriously, sis. I can promise you that. They're never going to take you seriously. Well, you said yes this time. You said yes that time. They're not going to be as accepting of your no this time. Or they're going to keep pushing your boundaries because they know eventually if they push enough, you're going to break and you're going to say yes. Because your heart is speaking for you, right? I need you to stand sound and stand ground, okay? No, that's my answer. And like I said, sit in that silence. Let them be uncomfortable in your no. You don't owe anybody an explanation after that. Okay? Now, we do have to maintain integrity while protecting our time and our energy, right? Human beings will be human beings. Your closest family members and your so-called friends, like I said, can be the worst. You will find yourself at times being tested through emotional manipulation, a lack of respect, and tactics like gaslighting. And when you're dealing with family members in particular, boundaries become blurred with these unhealthy behaviors that they're exposing to you. And still, it is necessary for you to stay true to your values while setting your boundaries so that you maintain your integrity. Okay? Equally important, though, is setting limits on what matters most to you. If you haven't already, I'm going to highly recommend that you write a checklist for yourself, and I'm going to give you a head start of what goes on that checklist, and then I want you to take it from there. Okay, so I hope you came ready. Like I always say, I'm going to be dropping some gems. I need you to be, all you got to do is show up, listen up, take notes, and then get into action. That's your job. Okay, I'm doing my job. I'm showing up for you. I'm giving you the information so that you can have a transformation. So take notes. If you're not ready, go ahead and grab a pen and paper. The first thing I want you to do is have a list of non-negotiables. Okay, I want you to refuse to allow anyone to bend the rules to your non-negotiables, even you, especially you. And if it doesn't feel right to you, then let your intuition guide you. As women, we have great intuition, right? Let your intuition guide you. And stop apologizing or explaining your decisions, sis. Stop it. We're not doing that. We're not doing that for the rest of 2024 and beyond. We're not apologizing, and we're no longer going to explain our decisions. We are too grown for that. We are too independent. And today we are empowered to say no. Right? And then I want you to continue to work on your mindset. That is so important. Work on your mindset and addressing your emotions that often drive your decisions to say yes so many times. When you really are conflicted, you really want to say no, but you just can't do it. Yes comes right out your mouth. I want you to stop feeling conflicted. Okay? Getting trapped and being conflicted between what's in your head and what's in your heart. And again, that comes from setting strong boundaries and being really deeply in tuned and in touch with what your boundaries are, and practicing saying no, normalizing this, and expecting there to be discomfort for you and for them. And that's okay. That's okay. Everybody's going to have to be okay with that. Okay? Because the long-term benefits and the healthy boundaries far exceed the short-term goals or the short-term gain of saying yes. Okay? I promise you, you will feel so liberated when this becomes so natural for you, and your future self will thank you for it tremendously. Tremendously. All right. So let me know what, if any, questions you have. Share and drop me some comments, share your feedback, share your experiences, right? Are you a people pleaser? Are you someone who says no more than you say yes, or yes more than you say no, or a little combination of both? Do you feel like you're conflicted in your heart, versus what's in your head? Like, talk to me. Let me know. Let me know what you found helpful, what resonated with you. If you know somebody who this describes, be sure to share this broadcast out. Okay. Let them know about this live stream show, this series we're doing. Invite them into the resuscitation room so we can breathe life into them, so they can have a moment to exhale, so that they can have a sanctuary where they feel safe in this space to speak their hearts and minds and their truths, to be a part of this community who's willing, courageous enough to peel back the layers. Okay. Invite your biz besties and your entrepreneur entourage in here. Okay. If you've not seen the previous episodes, go back to any of those episodes. Like I said, we're on the 9th episode, so you've got a few to catch up with, but we can drop the link for you to the replay page. Okay, so you can go and catch up on all of that. Just binge watch it, like you did back in the days with the soap operas, or with your favorite show or the series that they have out these days. Like, just binge watch it so you can catch up and come back and keep up. Okay. If there's anything that I can answer, I could do a follow-up, maybe quick video to one of your burning questions. Let me know. I'm happy to do that, or I'm happy to answer the question maybe on the next live stream. But I hope you found this discussion helpful. Okay, please do share if you've got any value from this episode or any previous episodes at all. Okay, I am ready to help you to succeed. And I want to invite you to connect with me on a holistic strategy session, which is an info session that I do every Wednesday at 4 p.m. Pacific time, 7 p.m. Eastern. Okay, so, and if you're Central Standard, that'd be a couple hours from, you could do the math on that, or wherever else you are in the world, feel free to join me, but you do have to register. You have to book your space, reserve your spot, because I only allow a small amount of people in there, like just a few handful, maybe 2 to 3 handfuls of people in there. And so It does book up fast. And so if you can't get in this week today, which might very well be the case, then go ahead and join me next week, but just make sure you get on, okay? And then make sure you show up. All right, because in order for me to have the conversation with you about, your chance to learn more about how we can work together, ways in which I can support you, find out more about where you are in life and your journey for, your business journey, your entrepreneurial journey, your life journey. I'm going to talk to you more about my 30-day hybrid group coaching program, the Legacy Leaders Lab. Okay, because it's all about leadership, right? It's all about building our legacies. It's about being, in most cases, the first of our kind to do it, right? And so my CPR and AED framework is what makes up the Legacy Ladder proprietary system. It is my secret sauce to how I get you winning results, right? How I create, other, legacy leaders who are basically already successful in their own right in what they've done up until this point, but they want to take it further, right? And so I'll be talking to you more about that. And then if you want to learn more about how I can transform your life and your business, this is the way that, you're going to learn more about it. I'm going to talk more about that there more so than here, because I'm going to stick to we're right about almost 50 minutes. And I promise every week we're going to kind of stick to that hour time frame. So I'm not going to break all that down here in the live stream. I only want this to be for serious inquiries, people who are serious about working together, serious about their transformation, committed and ready to push, are committed to their transformation and ready right now to level up. So I'm not going to just break all that down for people who kind of sort of maybe not really dabbling in and out of a decision. I need solid decision makers and fast action takers, people who are ready. Okay. And if that's you, join me for a holistic strategy info session. Okay. Again, 4 p.m. Pacific time, 7 p.m. Eastern time. And don't forget to register. It is free to attend, but you do have to register. And if you hire me, then obviously it is an investment and we can talk about that. Okay. But in this program, what I will tell you, just a quick synopsis, is that you will have the opportunity to work with me personally for 4 weeks, 30 days in a hybrid group coaching program. Okay. And it will be for exactly 4 weeks, 30 days. You'll have coaching, there will be curriculum, and there will be some level of critiquing, and we'll go over that. And I am allowing the first 11 founding members take advantage of the lowest price that this will ever be. Okay. So if you want to get in on that offer before that's the small window of time, before that window of time closes and before the price does go up, then make sure that you get at me in my DMs or just hop on the strategy session. You know what I mean? And register for that so we can talk about next steps, make sure you're a good fit, make sure this is the right program for you, and then move forward. Okay. Thank you, Vanessa, for dropping that link. And then I think, let's see, we've got a few more. I got, let's see, 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Okay. I might announce that next time. I'm going to hold off on that for now because I need to think some things through before I mention what I was going to mention. Just to be sure of the logistics of all that, because I don't want to overcommit. But anyways, there might be a bonus to all of this. Okay. All right. So anyways, if you are not following me on IG, of course, obviously, if you're here on IG, you more than likely are. But if you're not, you can reach me everywhere, all social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, Twitter, TikTok, all the things, I'm at One Shared Vision. Okay. Vanessa has the banner up here for LinkedIn and YouTube and Facebook. But if you are on Instagram, then you're already on my at One Shared Vision page. And so just be sure to share this link out if, like I said, this information has been helpful to you. All right. Also, before I let you go, one more important thing to mention is that if you did really like this episode and you want to master your mindset and get stronger in setting boundaries, which is what we talked about today, go ahead and download a copy of my ebook. It's titled Mindset Mastery. You're going to be learning the 5 pillars for entrepreneurial success. Imposter syndrome is a scam. Okay. Imposter syndrome is a scam. You're going to gain a lot of insight and inspiration from this book. So be sure to check it out. I also just dropped this video. I think we dropped it yesterday, where I am actually talking about the 5 mindset shifts that you need because imposter syndrome is a scam. And so I break that all the way down for you on my YouTube channel. If you haven't subscribed, be sure to go over there at One Shared Vision. Okay, you'll see coaching and conversations with Katrina at One Shared Visions, my YouTube channel. And hit subscribe, sis, and go through and look at some videos, like my videos. If they're helpful to you, leave a comment. If you have other conversation you want to talk about or other things you need to know about, let me know, and I will be happy to do a video on that just for you. Okay. So anyhow, as we bring this live stream to a close, I want to thank you for tuning in to this live stream episode. No is a complete sentence, and we talked about how to set healthy boundaries in your personal and professional life. Again, I hope you found it helpful. I thank you so much. Okay. I'm about to finish drinking my hot tea, get that warmness on my throat because it's so dry. As hot as it is, girl, it's 1,000,000 degrees out here right now, and I'm here drinking hot tea. Anyway, stay hydrated. Be well. Keep yourself healthy. Put your healing first. Put your happiness first, right? Put your health first, okay? That's all I've got for now. Join me next week, same time, same place. I'm going to tune out while you tune in, as always. And until next time, I am wholeheartedly in this journey with you. Bye for now. All right. See you later. You have a beautiful and blessed day.